Yes, welcome people to the channel, Earl Coombs Holistic. I am the Holistic Man. Well, I come to show you a few plants that I have where you find around the house. Fast homeopathic medicine. Well, I want to tell you all about them. You can see I picked them. They are here. These are from the higher side of the mountain, so we find all these lost plants, you know. Okay, I'm going to start from here. The beginning, I'll tell you all about these plants. This is what they call the deviler's whip. The deviler's whip, these are very good for the blood, venereal diseases and stuff like this. You use this for people with yeast infection and all those things, venereal. They use this for the kids also. When you have a young baby, time for them to sit up and you still have to be catching them up. They can't be sitting up. Okay, we use this. While going to school, we used to talk about this plant. So this is like the deviler's whip. This is heaven and this is hell. So they say go to hell. So how easy it is to go to hell. They say go to heaven. You see, when you try to go up there, you pull this and you get all these spines in your fingers. So it's very hard to go to heaven, you know. Okay, so that's the deviler's whip. Boil this for tea for kids, for them to strengthen the back. It can also work for the men also. This is what we call the guinea hen. It's sort of stinky plant. Whenever you have a headache, you can crush it and inhale it. It's very good for the headache. It's also good for men with prostate. It really cleanses the blood, clean the spleen for you to accept medicine. So this is the guinea hen. Okay. This is what we call the ramgoat dashalong. You can see the yellow flowers from the ramgoat dashalong. This is very good for the ED, erectional dysfunction. All of these things. It's very good for the men. Ramgoat dashalong. You boil this in the roots. You can boil it for tea. Very good. Here we have the pepper elder, Jamaican black pepper. You can use this for making a jerk chicken and stuff like that. It's very good. It's spice. If you dry a milk, it's very good for like gastroenteritis and stuff like that. Any gas pain, you boil this with a little ginger and then you'll pass out all those wind. Some people use it for like bad harm odor. It can use like a perfume. It's used in the pot just like a black pepper. It grows just like the black pepper. So that's a Jamaican black pepper. Here we have the dandelion. We doesn't have any seed, but these are the flowers from the dandelion. They use the shrubs and the roots for like cleansing the blood. You might have a feed from a metal pot like aluminum pots. By making a tea from this, the root of this with some of the shrubs, then you would get rid of the aluminum out of your bloodstream. But they use the seeds. They make like a decaf coffee from the seed, which the elder folks use it at night because it really calm the nerves and it doesn't get any caffeine from it. This is another one that the elder folks they drink at night. This is the vervine, the vervine. Well, the vervine, oh, it really calm the nerves and thinning the blood. And it's also come from a mint family. You can see the square stem. So this is what the elders drink to calm the nerves at night. This one they call a chickweed. It's supposed to have some purple flowers on it. But the chickweed is for those diabetic people, these people who make a medicine. The chickweed with the rice bitters and they use some of the vervine with it also, and that thinning the blood, that it pass easily through the arteries. Okay, this is a wild basil. This is very good. All these mint are very good for the brain. You know, make tea at night. It's good for the brain. It heals the brain. People who forget a lot, you know, it's good for making tea with all these mint at night. That is why we drink all this tea, because these mint repair the brain. You understand? All these mint. We can use this in some dressing, salad dressing. You know, that's the. Okay, here we have some cerci. The cercis, you know, the cercis are bitters. It's also thinning the blood. It is also a laxative. Whenever you have constipation, you can use this also for for bowel movements. You also use it for pain in the tummy, move all those mucuses. It's very good. It's bitter. It's a bitters also, so it just thinning the blood. All these bitter plants, you use them like 9 days on, 9 days off, and you have no problem. But if you go over and do it too much, you can get a cirrhosis of liver from them. So you doesn't. Okay, here we have the dog blood. This is the dog blood. This is for the PMS symptoms, any cramps. It's good for butter blood in the system and anything. You might get a fall and you have a butter blood in the system. You drink this and it removes all those butter blood. And it's very good for pain for those ladies, a PMS. Here we have a soft bush. This is what they call a stinging nettle. This one, this is what they're using for the swollen prostate. This is the stinging nettle. This grows at the street side a lot. It's soft. You can see the stems are soft. They call this the soft bush or the stinging nettle. This is good for the prostate. Swollen prostate. We call this a wild tamarind. This will grow some brown beads that they use to string bead chains and stuff like that. But this is for the high blood pressure. You boil this with the breadfruit leaf, a ripe breadfruit leaf, and this plant with the vervine. And by drinking that, it just stabilizes your blood pressure. Okay, roaring sticks. This is one that I use for the cold symptoms. When you have a fresh cold, you just have a piece of ginger and a piece of garlic, and you crush it and you boil this with this for a fresh cold, and then it take away all that nausea and this bad feeling. Here we have the jack in the bush. This is what they call the Jackie saddle. Jack in the bush. For pain all over the body. People with what do you call it, this rheumatism and stuff like that. It's very good for cold symptoms also. It's very high minty fragrance. Oh, yep. This is what they call the stone coal. This is a rice weed. You have this with the rice weed and the chickweed. All these are for the diabetic people. This can also use for kidney stone and gallstones, stone in the kidney. This is a stone coal or the rice weed. Okay, this is what we call a shepherd's purse. Shepherd's purse are for fits weed. People who trouble with epilepsy, fits, and stuff like that. We use this for them. We make a tea. People with kidney and you doesn't have any kidney problem and you doesn't have no antibiotic for your kidney, you use this for a substitute. They always use ceprolates for the kidney. Well, this can be the ceprolates in the bush. You find young mothers pick this for babies with hole in the head, hole in the joints, people with what do you call it, this jaundice, stuff like that. You make this for baby tummy aches, get out all the mucus from all part of the body. This is what they call the marigold. This is the marigold. Some say marigold. Okay, marigold. Soursop leaf. This is good for like Parkinson disease, any shakiness, any nerves problem. You boil some soursop leaf. You can boil soursop leaf with this as a combination with a little green. Get the young green bananas and cut them up. By drinking this together, you doesn't have to take no iron tablets. You'll get enough iron from this. So this is the iron weed. This is the soursop. They all work together. Okay. Okay, this is what we call the red root. This grow in the rock sides or in the ground. You'll get these roots. This is why they call it the red root. It give you this looking like a carrot, red looking. So this is a red root. This is good for people like with a weak bladder, unbalance of hormone, kids that wet the bed, people who get a strain, you might be living everything, then you use the root of this. So all of these plants, you can put them together. You can put them all together and you just boil them together and make a big pot of tea. You all drink them together. And they solve all the problems, no problem. Yes, folks. So these are the plants, you know. These are some of the plants. You know, there are a lot growing around your house. You can go and pick them. Diabetes, anything, kidney, yeast infection. We can even make green juice from them. You blend them green and they work more active, you know. So I want you to subscribe and like and you know, share, that we can even put out more that you can get a few. So this is what we have for today. Catch you folks another time.